All right, so let's focus on the first step of attracting an A grade team into your trades business. The first step is what's your vision? So we've got a framework for every step that we're going to go over in this series. And the framework here is something that we internally refer to as DGLPA. That's dream, goal, learn, plan, and act. So what this is about is usually we get stuck in life doing stuff. Man, I got to do stuff today. I got to do stuff this evening. I got to get to sleep. I got to wake up. I got to do my day's tasks. I got to meet the family. It's all about doing, doing, doing. Every so often we have the idea, man, it'd be great if I could get a plan together and be a little bit more organized and focused. And the idea of leading a life by design versus by default, being proactive versus reactive, is a great idea. However, we usually don't get very far into working on plans before we get drugged back into actions. And really, what's happening there is if we live in focusing on action, 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 what do I need to do all day, every day? Really, what it is reaction. The way that we change that is we start with the end goal in mind so that we can design a life instead of live a life by default. So you got to start with, where do you want to go with your life? What do you want life to look like? Finances, relationships, your spiritual journey, your exercise and fitness, your business. What do you want life to look like? How much time do you get to spend with your family? How much time do you travel? How much time do you have for your hobbies? What are your hobbies? So if we start there and give ourselves permission to dream, that informs our goals. Now we've got a lot of clarity. It's like, hey, if that's what I want life to look like 10 years from now, then that means 5 years from now, I need life to look like this so that we're clearly on our way to hit that 10-year dream. And that means that in 3 years, I need life to look like this so that I'm clearly on my way to hit that 5-year mark. And in 1 year, I need life to look like this so that I'm clearly heading in the right direction to hit that year 3 milestone and year 5 milestone. And then we can break it down further into quarters. So our dream informs our goals. Now we have clarity on what we need to learn and when. If you're not a great manager of people, that's going to become relevant at some point. And based on your dreams and goals and the timing, it might be one of the areas of focus that you need to focus down on learning in the next quarter or 6 months. If it's marketing, gosh, we're pretty good at sales and we get into a conversation with folks. We just don't have enough folks calling us. Well, you need to learn more about marketing, so that you can not necessarily do all of the marketing effort as the owner of the business, but you certainly need to be educated enough to be able to guide it and hold it accountable to results. And the way to think about that is anything that you're investing money in that you don't fully understand, then it's an expense until you've learned enough about it to be able to manage that as an investment instead. Expense versus investment is based on education and the questions you're asking about it, right? So dreams leads to goals, leads to our personal development plan and our learning. That informs our action plan. A strong action plan with the right team members can go a long way. And then our actions produce the actual results that we want. The reason I'm going through all of this is because what's your vision? It starts with you as the owner. You own the business. There's nobody else that can drive the boat, right? They can really lead this thing from the front. It's all you. So if you decide that I'm pretty comfortable and we don't really need to have more to be able to live the life that we want, why would you need to grow or even want to grow your business? Right? You might say that you want to grow the business, but the rest of the team is like, man, these people are kind of checked out. They're fat and happy, right? So that means you're going to lose good team members that are actually trying to improve their lives and get somewhere different because they know they can't do it inside your organization, which means you've got two choices. You can do something about it, or you can be apathetic and complacent about it. It's your choice, it's your business. If you want to change the dynamic in the team, it starts with having a bigger vision for your life. And that means that the business needs to be able to grow and produce more resources of time freedom and financial freedom for you to be able to accomplish that. And as the business grows to meet your vision, the rest of the team that you attract along the way, they're able to grow with the business too. They're able to grow and achieve things in their life by design versus by default. We want that for them too. But it all starts with your vision. So I hope that makes sense. Give yourself permission to dream bigger. And I'll tell you, your dream does not necessarily have to have much of anything to do with buying additional homes or buying boats. There's nothing wrong with any of that. But some people really don't want to live an extravagant lifestyle. That's awesome. However, the more resources that you are a steward of gives you the opportunity to make a greater impact in the community. What is the community that you want to see thrive and progress? And what could additional resources contributed by you and your business mean to that community? So think about it on that level. It's not all about us and our family. Eventually, we take care of ourselves and our family just fine, set up investments, and we're good. But beyond that, why would we want to grow the business? Well, first of all, we want to give those team members that we're attracting over time, we want to give them an opportunity to move forward with the business in a really strong way. In addition to that, we want to make sure that there's net profit in the business so that we can continue to contribute outside of the business as well. So when it comes down to it, why do you need to grow your trades business? The why is the dream. And without a why, you don't have reason enough to make all this change.